It's 12 a.m. in the morning. I still do it for your call. Don't do me like this, oh yeah. Aramiti walona, yeah. 'Cause I don't dey wait, oh. I don't dey wait, see, so yeah. And I still dey pray, oh. I still dey pray, oh yeah. Oh, don't know. Oh, my ego now for you.
Oh, my ego for you.
Oh, my rabba now for you. Yeah.
Oh, my rabba for you.
Go me now for you. Yeah.
Okay for you.
All the motor for my carrot for you. Yeah.
All the motor in the garage for you. Yeah.
Oh, my ego now for you.
Ego now for you. Yeah.
Oh, my rabba now for you. Yeah.
Oh, my rabba now for you. Yeah.
Go me now for you. Yeah. All the motor for my carrot for you.
All the motor for the garage for you. OBO, Adele. That's really for you. All the best for you. I put my life on the line for you. Nobody else got you. Baby, 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 boo. Shake me. You don't say you be my boo. If I ever leave you, oh, baby, I be fool. Baby, I be fool. Say I want to show you my world, girl.
Alright, so that's music from Tenny, and she features Davido on this one. It's music titled For You, and it brings the time to some 22 minutes to hit 8 o'clock. And don't forget that at 10 a.m. this morning, we'll be bringing to you the budget presentation as the Finance Minister, Kenneth Fureta, will be in Parliament to present the 2024 budget. And like I said to you, listen attentively to it, because it has a lot of things to do for you and I. So individually, what would be in there for us? For businesses, what will be in there for us? And take note of all that, and then tomorrow you can talk about it on Love in the Morning. But today what we want to do has to do with rural health care. All right, rural health care. And I have a few questions. For example, have you ever wondered how the state of rural health care is in Ashanti Region? We can look at Ghana at large, but our focus and our attention is the Ashanti Region. Have you ever wondered how it is like? We've had situations where people drink from rivers and streams, and it tells you that actually things are really rough and tough for them. But what is the state of rural healthcare like? Now, there are instances where we're told that there are some people who have never ever in their life seen a medical doctor before. They've never seen a medical doctor before. They've never been attended to by a medical doctor before. They've never been to a hospital before. I mean, let's even say a clinic before. So you ask yourself, for those in such rural settlements or areas, if they are sick, how do they get medical attention? How do they get treatment? All right. And don't forget that the kind of disease that affects you can affect me, can affect them as well. So how do they survive in those rural setting? You might think that is far away from you, but something may take you to a part of the country where you find yourself in a rural setting, and then you may need some medical attention, but there's no clinic, there's no hospital, there's even no medical doctor available to attend to you. How would you feel? So the question is, hearing all this, the fact that in some parts of Ghana, there are people, there are communities who have never ever, been to a hospital before, been to a clinic before. They've never had the opportunity of, being attended to by doctors. How does this make you feel? Well, don't take my word for it, because I've got my resource person with me in the studios of Love 99.5, and we're about to have this very conversation. But listen, you can join us, sharing thoughts, asking questions on our WhatsApp number 05511119995. That's our WhatsApp number. So let's hear from you. Our number again is 05511119995, and you can ask questions and get the right answers as to how rural areas are able to have medical attention. Now, joining me for this conversation this morning is Mr. Justice Quay. He is a clinical director with OKB Hope Foundation. Justice, good morning to you.
Good morning.
And trust you are well.
I'm doing well by God's grace, and you?
I'm well as well. If I look at your haircut, you look like a footballer or some musician be like that. I'll not associate you to somebody who's into healthcare delivery area. But good to have you.
Thank you very much.
No, so you've been around and about in this country, especially in our rural areas. And so you have a first-hand experience as to how the situation is like when it comes to healthcare, delivery.
Definitely.
tell us about what the situation is generally in Ghana, but zoom in later on to Ashanti region. Tell us what the situation really is like here.
So, I mean, I would first of all want to start by saying that I believe that every person, or I mean, Ghanaians, everyone deserves quality healthcare, irrespective of their socioeconomic, status or their geographical location. We believe that everyone deserves access to quality healthcare, and as you rightly said, that has not been the case in Ghana, and specifically even in the Ashanti region. There are some areas, even in the Ashanti region, even in Ghana at large, that you visit and you wonder, is this really part, of Ghana? Are we so different from these people who are living in these rural communities and underserved areas like that? And for our foundation, our main mission is to reach out to these, vulnerable, underserved communities to make sure that as healthcare, it's a basic need, they also get access to these health
and
services.
We say thumbs up to you. Now, listeners, if you join us on Facebook on LUV 99.5 FM, you get to appreciate the situation in some rural, remote areas in the Ashanti region or Ghana at large. So join us on Facebook and see what they do. So they have this van. He'll be talking to it, pretty shortly. That they have a van that has almost everything in there. And so when they get to the rural area, because they don't have health facilities, they don't have clinics, they don't have hospitals, they don't even have doctors, they have a van that they enter the rural areas with and give medical attention to the people. That's what they do. So if you join us on Facebook, you get to have the opportunity of seeing what they really do. Interestingly, what they are doing, we may not see it here in Ghana, we may not necessarily appreciate what they're doing here in Ghana, but CNN has even noticed what they are doing, and they are up for an award. They are contesting for CNN Heroes. We'll be talking about that as well. But here in the Ashanti region, what is the situation like? How bad is our situation?
Okay, so I'd first of all commend, the work that the government is doing to really bring healthcare closer to these people. But it hasn't been, there's still a lot of to do in these rural settlements. And the situation over in the rural areas, it's really difficult to say. Most of these communities or rural villages, they have inadequate healthcare facilities. So people will have to walk miles to be able to access healthcare. And also, even when they get there, most of these healthcare facilities have inadequate, healthcare personnel. So, when you go to these rural areas, they have CHIPS compounds, and most of them are under-resourced. So they get there, and there's probably little to none they can do. They have to travel miles again to the district hospital to get to seek medical care. And the challenge has been financial constraints. Most of them are farmers. And they have these financial constraints to even get themselves or carry themselves to the village or to the metropolis or where the city, the district hospital is. So that has been the challenge. You meet a lot of pregnant women, a lot of children, adolescents. They have difficulties accessing healthcare.
Is that to suggest that, for example, there is no CHIPS compound at all in some areas, or the CHIPS compounds are there, but they are not well resourced to be able to cater for their needs?
So for most of the communities, there are CHIPS compounds, and some communities, from the distance from where they are to the CHIPS compound, it's probably like 45 minutes walk, or sometimes even an hour. And then they would have to wait for several minutes or sometimes even hours to get transport, which their main means of transport is a motorcycle to get to the nearest CHIPS compound. And for transportation, their in and out probably cost like 30 Ghana cedis. So, if they think, if I have to spend this amount, then I'll stay behind. And these rural settlements have, these poor seeking health, behavior. They don't want to go until it's life-threatening or until it's severe before they would even want to, seek medical service.
So under the circumstances, how are they able to get medical attention? And is it to suggest that some of them have not even had what they call orthodox medicinal treatment before?
So for most of these rural settlements, they are, most of them rely on these orthodox, because most people come into their community to sell these other local herbal medications for them. For most of them, they haven't even seen a doctor. They would want to, they'll buy their own, they have means of, doing or working out things for themselves. So sometimes they waste a lot of time, and before they even get to the nearest facility, things are out of hand and there's little to none to be done.
So let's zoom into what you guys do. So you came to realize that in some of these rural areas, these community settings, they do not have proper healthcare deliveries there. So we're talking about CHIPS compound that is even under-resourced.
Yeah.
And if it's a CHIPS compound that is under-resourced, it means they don't even have clinics. So what do you do for such communities?
Okay, so our main vision or our main goal is to be able to reach out to these underserved and rural communities through our specialized mobile van that we have designed. It's been retrofitted to have a space for a consulting area and a space for, lab diagnostic tests to be done. So we move into the communities. People who have to travel several miles to even meet a doctor. We are able to access this area to help them, basically helping them with providing primary health care, ranging from malaria, from typhoid, cholera, because most of these rural settlements too are prone to these diseases because of their settlement, because of the area where they live in. And one very important thing that we always champion when we get there is education, because we believe that when you have knowledge, you're able to, you have power. So one very important thing that we champion when we go to these rural settlements is education. We educate them on these diseases like the malaria, typhoid, cholera, and other non-communicable diseases to create the awareness so that they know how to protect themselves in case they encounter such.
For people in a community who have never been to a hospital before, who may never have seen a doctor attend to them before, how is it feeling like when you get there? How is it feeling like for them when you engage with them?
Yeah, so the feeling it's been great, because some of them immediately they see the van with the doctor thing, they're like, oh wow, and then the doctors for Abahase, and then the so the feeling has been great, and we also feel blessed to be able to give service, to give ourselves to these vulnerable people who haven't even met a doctor before. And it will amaze you, some of them, you check them and you find out like they haven't even been tested before, their blood pressure hasn't been checked before, and through our intervention we are able to uncover and then see a lot of these cases to help them. And also, apart from even what we do, we also help people who are definitely they can't afford, but who have life-threatening conditions.
Such as?
So recently there was a child that we were able to help with hydrocephalus. Nitino.
Oh, okay.
So insure definitely. So we had to help the child because the mom had kept the child in the room for several months and she has nothing to do. She couldn't afford the bills and all that. So we were in the community one time. It was even after we left, and then one of the nurses in the area, I think during the immunization programs, met the mother and was like, where's your child? And then the mother brought out the child. I was like, oh, so you've been keeping this child in your room for all these months.
She's really lucky that the committee did not kill the child to say,
definitely.
And as a busumba or whatever by it is.
Definitely. So we got a call from the nurse and was like, oh, this is the situation and how can we come in to help.
So this van is fitted with what? Because you're talking about running labs for them.
Definitely. And
then consulting, for them, and then give them medication. So what, you have a laboratory fitted in there, you have a pharmacy fitted in this van.
Okay, so it's designed in a way, definitely how it's been fitted as like an outpatient department service, how you are being attended to in the clinic. So we have a tent space where the nurses sit under. So that's where they take the vitals, like your temperature, your blood pressure, and other vital information, your name and other details. So after you are done with that, you go inside the van where there's a doctor seated there. So the doctor attends to you, gets your complaints and whatever, complaints you come in with. Depending on what lab diagnostic the doctor wants you to do, you are being referred to the lab technician. So most of our lab are point of care diagnostics. We don't do any challenging lab things that would take time. No, all these are point of care diagnostics ranging from random diagnostic tests for malaria, for typhoid, IgG, IgM, some urine analysis, and a few others. So that is how it is. So after they are done with the lab, they go back to see the doctor for medication. So we set up another space outside the van for the medications. So we have anti-malaria, we have some folic acids, some multivitamins, some antitussives, and a few others.
What if you run some tests and realize that this is beyond you? I mean, this is beyond what your capability is in the van. What then do you do?
So even before we get into the committee, we have, a process that we go through before we even do the screening. So definitely we meet, we always know where their health center or their health facility is. And then they are aware that we'll be coming. So any case that needs further attention, anything that needs critical care, they are aware. And some of these health facilities, we have some of their volunteers joining us. We have some of their nurses joining us. We have some of their medical personnel also, around to know what goes on during the screening. So, when there's a challenge, because they are in the community, they can easily follow up on these individuals.
For these people whom, like you rightly said, are farmers, and transportation that could cost 30 cedis is a challenge for them.
Definitely.
How are they able to afford the care, the medical attention or health care you've given them? Is it for free?
So it's for free. That's the
Wow.
amazing thing. So yeah, because we know they can't afford, we try as much as everything is for free.
Everything's for free.
Everything is for free. They get to see a doctor for free, medications for free, diagnostics for free.
Wow. Now tell me this, and we've got a CEO who is on the joining us via Zoom. His name is Osei
Boateng.
Osei Boateng is joining us via Zoom. We'll be engaging with him shortly. And Osei is in the United States of America. It's 7:53 here, so it's very early. It's not 4. It's like it's 3-ish, getting to 3.
Yeah.
In the States, that is crazy, huh? Very, very crazy. How are you able to, let me go to Osei Boateng and engage with him now. Osei Boateng is, like I said, the CEO. Osei, good morning to you.
Can you hear me?
Let's try. Let me see if connection to you is good. Or say good morning to you. Or say let me try. Let me good morning. Good morning. You speak to me. Let me see if we can hear you.
Hello, Doc.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm told that all can speak to Osei Boateng, and like I said, he's the CEO of OKB, yeah?
Hope Foundation.
Yes, Hope Foundation. Osei, so what time is it in the States right now?
It's 2:54 a.m. So it's getting close to 3 a.m.
It's not yet 3, and you're up already. Wow! But thanks for making time to join us this morning on Live in the Morning. And Charlie, first of all, a big thank you to your team, your foundation for what you're doing for rural folks. Because had it not been for you, many of our rural folks would not have had opportunity of getting to engage with doctors, have labs done or run for them to get to know their conditions, and then the support that you're giving to them. Tell me, what gave birth to this whole idea?
So for me, I grew up in a community where access to healthcare was a challenge, where several individuals have to walk several miles to the nearest hospital, and even if they get there, there's no guarantee that they get to see a doctor. So a lot of people ended up losing their lives, and personally, I lost my grandmother and my auntie due to this situation. And so the experiences that I had growing up is the driving force for me starting this, where I believe that every life deserves the best possible care, and in order to get the care to them, it's very important that we bring it to their doorstep, especially for those who don't have any health facility in their community.
Now, I'm told by Justice Quay here that all that you're rendering, to these folks, these rural folks, from the medicines to the labs that you're running, everything is basically free. Now, I would ask how you're able to fund this, but tell us about this van. How did you acquire the van?
Yeah, so for the van, we did a lot of fundraising, and I personally also contributed to that. And so that is how we acquired the van. I raised some funds here in the United States. I personally invested in that as well, and that is how we were able to acquire the van.
And for how long have you had this van? For how long have you been doing this health outreach for people in the rural areas? Yes.
Can you come again? I missed the question.
The question I'm asking is, for how long have you been doing this?
Yeah, so we started way back in 2017. That is when we even got the van. And when we started, the whole idea was to get into these communities, partner with healthcare providers, bring medical equipment like blood pressure machines and other medical supplies, and go to these communities. So that is how we started off way back in 2017 until we got the van in 2021 when we started operating.
So, how do you choose the rural area you would go into? I mean, if, for example, you want to do a health outreach, you want to go to a particular community, what do you look at before you say, for example, I'm going here?
Yeah, so when we started off, before we even started off going to communities, we went to the Ministry of Health, to get a letter from them. So they gave us a letter to go to the District Health Directorate. So the District Health Directorate gave us the list of communities where it is very hard to reach and also don't have health facilities. So our criteria is really based on like, okay, does this community have a health facility or not? Even if they do, how far is it from the communities? And so that is how we choose the communities that we serve.
Now, for all that you do, I've been told by Justice Quay here that it's for free. So we're talking about medications, whether antibiotics or malaria treatment and all that. How are you able to fund this?
Yeah, so for the most part, being able to fund this also through like personal contribution from myself, like every like the work that I do, most of the money I get out of this goes into the operations of the van. We've been also fortunate to have some wonderful people in the United States who believe in the cause that have donated towards that. And so that has really helped us sustain the work that we've been doing over the years in these rural communities.
Once again, thank you very much for showing love to people in rural areas who hitherto may not have the opportunity of getting the necessary healthcare and all that. But again, I'm told that you're up for an award. It's some CNN heroes like that. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so the CNN Heroes program is really a program that CNN organized to really recognize people who are doing good work around the world. And so we got nominated for that award, and we were contacted by CNN that they really like the work that we are doing and would like to feature us. And so for this award, they usually feature a lot of people, and then they select the top 10. And by God's grace, we've also made it into the top 10, which now really depends on public vote to select the CNN Hero of the Year.
What you're saying is that you were identified by CNN, knowing what you're doing for your country and the people in your communities and all that. And then they decided that, listen, you need to be given some award. Hold on for me, Osebo. But Mr. Quay, how about Ghana? Has any recognition come your way? Has anybody appreciated what you're doing? Aside from the direct beneficiaries, has anybody come to say to you guys, we like what you're doing with this medical van, and so thumbs up or something? Has any recognition come your way?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of people who appreciate
individuals.
Individuals, but there hasn't been any massive recognition or something.
Roughly, how many town folks would you say you have reached out, you have assisted, supported?
So, I mean, from the inception of the mobile van, I think we've reached out to thousands of people in the rural communities.
And you're here in Ghana, but CNN has been able to identify you guys, and you're up for this CNN Heroes Award. So, if somebody is listening and the person wants to vote to help you guys win, because I know that it's not just going to be a recognition or an award. I'm sure it's going to come with some cash rewards as well. Let me come to you, Osebo. How can somebody vote to ensure that you have enough votes to be adjudged the ultimate winner?
Yeah, so individuals can visit cnnheroes.com. Once they get on that website, there is a section where they says that click on this link to vote for your CNN Hero of the Year. Once they click on that link, all the finalists would come, and then all that they have to do is to go and find my name, Osebo, and then click the vote button. And once they click on the button, they are able to scroll or able to scale their vote from 0 to 10. And all that they need is their email address, or even if they don't have it, they can vote with their Facebook account. And they can do this every day until December 5th for us to have the chance of winning the CNN Hero of the Year.
So clarify that for me. They can vote once every day up until when?
up until December 5th.
Oh, okay. So each and every day you cannot vote more than once. You can vote only once each day, but you can vote continuously till the 5th of December, where voting will end. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, please.
If you should win this, what will it mean to you? I mean, I know that you're operating one van, only one van right now. I don't know what plans you have to have as many vans as possible to be able to reach out to a lot more people in the rural areas and all. But what would this mean to you if you should win it?
Yeah, for me, it's not really about me, but most importantly, about the people in the rural communities and the self communities. So winning this award would mean that we will get some resources to expand the work that we are doing to several communities. We know that there are a lot of communities that would need our help, not only in the Ashanti region, but also in other regions. And so winning this would mean that we are going to expand, our reach from Ashanti and go to other regions in the country. And our goal is to really hit all the 16 administrative regions and even beyond Ghana with the work that we are doing. So winning this award will really help us scale the work and bring timely care to the underserved and rural communities.
And again, hold the line from yourself, boy. Saying, let me talk to Justice Quay. Justice, how much does it cost to have one van? With all the fittings, with all the things that you're operating with, how much does it cost?
So the van, including all the retrofitting, cost us about close to almost $20,000. Yeah,
close to $20,000.
Yeah,
wow. And so, how many more do you hope to have that you'll be satisfied with and say, okay, we have enough vans, so we're reaching out to several more people in so many different communities?
So we're hoping if we could get about close to 20 vans, we'll be able to reach out to a lot of these communities. Yeah.
20 vans?
Yeah, but it will take time.
That's a lot of money. 20, but that's about what, $400,000.
Yeah.
You want to buy one for them?
Oh, me and Drew, but I can't.
You won't buy one for them?
Oh, I wish I could. But I'm saying $400,000 if somebody is listening to us.
If somebody wants to become an MP, the person needs about 4 million Ghana cedis to do this. If one person wants to become a president, Charlie, this country.
And if they are using their own resources and for some fundraising from here to raise this amount of money, when we are using it to share for delegates, David.
And the people are using some of the money to even buy houses and cars for their girlfriends.
Yes,
this is life we're talking
Dave,
about.
This thing they're talking about. I remember when we were doing construction work around Aginofi, and they were doing similar things there, like under a tree. Then the people will come. And the guy was teaching them about the babies, what they should give them. So one funny story, it's not even funny. So the desk was telling them, so she asked one of the women, she says, Jesus Christ. So they have no idea, nothing. So these things are what we should be putting our money and our resources in to help them buy even 50 vans.
No, I'm not saying that they don't need 50 vans. I'm saying that, Charlie, it's big money.
Yeah. It's a big and I'm also saying, from what we use money to do, this is not big at all.
But one thing, how fulfilling is what you guys are doing to you? Would you say you're fulfilled? You're satisfied?
Yeah, I'm really satisfied and fulfilled for the work that we are doing, because for us, a lot of people use our van as their only hope of getting healthcare. So for us, people that would then have access to healthcare can now have access to timely healthcare, and they don't even have to work. It's right at their doorstep. And so our van pretty much is saving a lot of lives in these rural communities. And there's nothing much that would be fulfilling than to save a life that could have been lost without healthcare.
Have you decided to, let's say, speak to people in authority, to see if they could come to your aid to support this worthy cause you've embarked on? Have you engaged with any such persons in Ghana?
As of now, I haven't engaged in any such conversations yet, but definitely I'm also open to that conversation when they want us to have it, because right now, sometimes it's very challenging to get to these authorities. So, for me, definitely, I'm open. Once I get the opportunity, I would love to share the work that we are doing and how they can also help us even scale it to other regions or even other communities. across the country.
What you say communities. And I'll say what hold the line for me. I mean, justice, I mean, so yes, the medications, the lab you run and everything is for free.
Yeah.
The stuff that you go on the ground with, they get to the communities with. You have doctors on board, you have lab technicians on board. How are you able to pay them or free?
So we let them understand the mission. We let them understand what we are doing. So for most of them, they join us because they also see it as a way of also giving service to these rural underserved communities. But definitely there should be something for them. So we give them some allowances for, during such visits to these communities.
Once again, you guys for all that you're doing. And the people you engage with in the rural areas themselves, when you get there, you talk about how excited they are, and then so you see behind Dr. Nadia there. When you're about to leave, what do they say to you?
Yeah, so sometimes they just cling to us, like they never want us to leave. You know how, the feeling of, seeing us, knowing that people care for them, knowing that they are not abandoned, knowing that at least we are there for them. So, there was a community. It's
not community. It's community.
Community. There was this community. They had never even had a screening program in their village, and so the feeling was just amazing, and it was just
like a whole event.
So definitely, it was just so fulfilling for us.
I hear you. So Oseboateng, CEO of
OKB Hope Foundation.
What would you want to say to us finally as you leave us?
Yeah, so one, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for giving us this platform to share our work and to also to share our story. And so I really appreciate that. And also would love to thank the team who have gone above and beyond to make this happen. And as you said, I'm currently in the States. So everything that is really happening right now is with the team. And I really appreciate that. I always say that I'm fortunate to be working with some amazing team members in Ghana who are really passionate about bringing healthcare to the doorsteps of the rural communities. But lastly, I would like to let people know that the work that we are doing is not about us. It's not about us. It's not about OKB Hope Foundation, but it's about the rural communities members who depend on us to bring healthcare to their doorstep. So whether it is voting, whether it's support, they have to know that there is someone in the community who might not even have access to a smartphone to vote, but their voting can really help us get the resources that is needed to come to these rural communities and provide them with the care that they need.
Oh, come on! I say you're making me miss the community. Now you've said community, but what is the package? This CNN Heroes Award. What's the package involved? What does it entail?
Yeah, so for when you win the CNN Hero of the Year award, it comes with $100,000 cash prize that the CNN Hero of the Year gets, and also there is additional prizes that comes from other organizations. So we know that the bare minimum, once we get the CNN Hero of the Year, we get $100,000 to support the work that we are doing in Ghana.
So the point is, as Ghanaians, let's support this worthy cause. These are young men. I mean, if you are with us on Facebook, you see how young they are. These are young men who are selfless. They're finding ways and means of helping people, out there to do great things. All right. So if you can vote because they have been they have been nominated for the CNN Heroes Award, and like you heard Oseboateng say, if they should win, they're up for $100,000. Now, without money, they've been able to put together this van that he says is $20,000 with all the retrofits in there. So if they should get $100,000, they can have 5 more.
Yeah, definitely.
They can have 5 more. So I think we need to support them. So, Oseboateng, once again, tell us, how do we vote?
Yeah, so we vote. People can vote by going to the cnnheroes.com. Once they go, there is a section where they can click to vote for their choice of CNN Hero of the Year. And once they click on that link, they can scroll and find my name. And I'm the only African Ghanaian in the list. So the name is really obvious, Oseboateng, and it has Ghana there. So all they have to do is click on that vote, slide all the way to the right so that we can get the maximum vote, which is 10 votes. And what that they need is to put in their email address or their Facebook account. Everything is free, and they can be doing this every day until December 5th.
Thank you very much, Joseph Boateng, CEO of OKB Hope Foundation. Thanks very much. Listen, Ghanaians are going to vote for you, all right? They're going to vote for you, and you get 100,000. Without this kind of a thing, you've been able to put together a 20,000 worth of van. So 100,000 means we're going to get five more. In Ghana, we have ministers who have millions of dollars, stashed in their rooms. House helps are stealing them; they're not even aware of it. Meanwhile, we need only 20,000 to get a van with all the retrofits in there. We have heard members of parliament, for example, say that if somebody will pay 10 cedis, they will double that amount. They've stashed millions of dollars in their rooms. And yet we have people who have good hearts, good intentions, selfless people, and yet we're not supporting them. CNN has recognized what they're doing. And yet we're in Ghana here, we're not doing any such thing for them. It's sad to be a Ghanaian. Trust me, it's sad to be a Ghanaian. And sometimes when we speak like this, you might think that it's far away from you. You might be on a trek to a place. Tell me some of the rural areas you've been to.
So
in
we've
Ashanti region.
been to, there's a community called Tokwai.
However.
Or on the Jaso. It's one of the communities in Jaso.
So maybe on a Jaso stretch, you were on a trek or your funeral. Something happens, and then you need medical attention. There's no CHIPS compound.
Yeah,
even
so
if
that's Seshri area.
So there's no CHIPS compound, there's no hospital, there's no clinic, the place is under resourced. How do you even get medical attention?
David, Jaso is when you enter Ashanti region proper, and when you connect, you can even connect through Lower Achim West to my hometown, the Eastern region, Kede and those enclaves.
Yeah, so the route. Yeah.
Listen, call us. All that you've heard so far, what do you have to say about it? 03220 83596, 03220 83597, 03220 83598. Anything at all you want to say, whether you would want to vote, whether you want to support their cause, whether you want to encourage them to do much more than they're doing right now, anything at all you want to say to these young men of OKB Hope Foundation, call now and talk to them. Christoph is on the line. Chris, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother David, the legend of Kwete. How are you, sir?
The Lord is my shepherd, I am well.
David, this is a good initiative, and I want to say that Yeji, my hometown, Bunu East, they should connect there. Atebubu, Yeji, that enclave, they need such everything. David, I want to say that I want to commend this young man like us doing this to alleviate the suffering and the pain of ordinary Ghanaians. So what we can do to help, David, the man in the studio should take time and give us the link so that we can vote. David, when we vote for them and they get this award, that will push them to get more vans, to do more, especially now that things are knocking things. David, this is something we should all support. So Kumasi Mind, please let's support this. Let's vote for this. So you should take time and give us the link, precept upon precept. Then people can then vote as many as we can.
Thank you very much, Christoph. And if a politician comes to your community campaigning,
thank you.
As a person, what have you done? What have you brought? What are you bringing? Because if these politicians will bring, some of these vans, will donate vans to such young men, do you know how much work they can do with it? Richard, good morning.
Good morning, King David.
Boss,
hope you are all doing well.
Well, sir. Thanks for asking.
Great job. I was actually on the site. I was just about voting when you announced the phone line, so I decided to call first. But I want to suggest something. I believe all those listening to Live FM this morning will definitely want to vote. But I would suggest that if you can link him up with Joy so that Accra people also hear, because this is something we must suppose to make sure that, he win this award and then he's able to touch more lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. He was on Joy Prime yesterday. And so we are sharing the word, the message. We're telling the country and the world what they are doing. So yes, gradually we're getting there. So like I said, we were on Joy Prime yesterday. Nana Kweku, good morning and welcome. Before Nana Kweku speaks, our numbers are 03220 83596, 03220 83597, 03220 83598. Young men doing amazing things to help people in rural areas by way of accessing good quality healthcare. I don't know what you want to say to them. If you would not even call, at least vote. Definitely. So that they win $100,000 at stake. Nana, let's see.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
To whoever is listening, just go to your Google search or whatever website you use, and then just search for CNN Heroes, and then you just search for it. It just give you, open it for you, and then you go to the right thing, vote CNN Hero of the Year, and you can just vote for there. That is, by the way. You see, many young people have completed university, medicals, they've completed nurses. They seem to think and stay at home, expecting someone to come and employ them. 2-3 people can just go put their heads together and then do this advocacy. And suddenly, someone will identify them, and then they will shine, and we can all support. This man took the initiative. He's got his own van. He started it. Even if you might not have money, you can just gather 2-10 students, can just decide that you are going to each district doing something. Someone suddenly will recognize you, and then this van and other stuff will just be given to you for free. Rather than always folding our hands, thinking that someone or manna should fall from the sky. Please, young boys, if you completed university, your medical, done whatever it is, go ahead, do this. This philanthropism thing can really help all of us, rather than everything going on to the government. Thank you very much.
Well, so thanks very much for joining us, Nana Kweku, as well. So as we wrap up our conversation, going forward, what would you say if somebody's listening to us right now, somebody who has good money, would want to support what you're doing? Aside from people voting to ensure that, OKB, Hope Foundation wins the CNN, awards, what can people do to contribute to what you're doing?
Okay, so I think so. What I'll say is that we are open to any, conversations or any individual or organizations who will be willing to support us to be able to push this agenda that we have begun. So we are on all socials, on Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn. Anyone can reach out to us directly, or you can also email the CEO, Osei Boateng, on oseiB@okbfoundation.org, and definitely you'll reach us.
The address again?
oseiB@okbfoundation.org.
And for people who would want to vote, somebody was asking that we take our time with the address again and the procedure.
So the address, on your Google search, you type cnnheroes.com. So when you type the cnnheroes.com, you see a link where there's a voting, CNN Heroes nomination voting. So you click on that link, it takes you directly to the page where you see the top 10 finalists, CNN Heroes finalists. And then we are the only Ghanaian. He's the only Ghanaian on the list with the name Osei Boateng. So you click on the vote, it takes you to another page where you have to sign in with your email address. So you sign in with your email address. But even before that, there's a small check box over there which you have to click before you be able to sign in with your email address. Just that, and then you are done. You confirm the vote. You wait till you see "thank you for voting," and that's when you know that you have voted for sure.
But personally, you guys, what are you doing to ensure that you have more votes? What are you doing?
So
knowing what is up for grabs.
Yeah. So personally, we've been moving around some other media stations, and then also we have some friends like as foot soldiers who are also on the field. We go around Kumasi Mall to push people to also vote. So there's still a lot of work that needs to be done.
Leo Stanley is on a lot of platforms.
Okay.
So share the details with him. Let him put it on the platforms. He has platforms where there are about 200, 400 people. Let them all have the knowledge about this and share. Joel Labi, same thing. Using Osei to do myself, I'll be doing the same, because 100,000 up for grabs plus other benefits. I think that we need to push this and get it, because even with nothing, you've been able to do this. How much more if you're able to get much more? So we wish you well, and we're going to support you all the way through.
Very grateful.
And that's Justice Quay. And so we say thank you very much for passing through. Tomorrow we'll be talking about, we'll be doing a post discussion on the budget, and I've said to you that you're an individual. What you need to do is sit back, ask yourself, what is in there for me? The budget. What is in there for me? How is it going to impact my life? If you're a business person, question is, how is it going to impact your business? Is your business going to collapse, or is your business going to thrive? Let's do this together tomorrow. So listen attentively. It's going to be live on Love Nights in 5 at 10 a.m. when the finance minister gets to enter Parliament. Meanwhile, I guess so cool. Bet ways cash out just got way better. Now, our enhanced early, partial, and auto cash out feature lets you cash your bets out early. Cash out a portion of your ongoing bets, or even set your bets to cash out automatically. All this will give you way more control over every thrilling bet you place. All you need to do is to sign up today at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. It's regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. It's not for persons under the age of 18. Betway, listen, get way more. Now, did you know that MTN Momo now has an app? Well, if you didn't know, now you know. Yes, MTN Momo has a brand new app, specially designed to make your Momo experience easier, convenient, and faster. All you need to do is to download the Momo app on your Play Store or App Store on your smartphone, or look out for the blue and yellow icon. It's that simple. Momo app allows you to view your statements, pay bills, and so much more. Use the app for your Momo transactions and enjoy a 100% bonus when you recharge using the Momo app. So go on, download the Momo app now and start transacting with a flex at no data cost. Just Momo it everywhere you go. Now, also for your information, it's a new world of doing business, and your business shouldn't be left out. It's time to get a Momo for Business today to accept payment from over 15 million Momo customers. All you need is a business registration certificate and your Ghana card. Applying to be MTN Momo merchant has been made simple and fast. You just have to dial *5051# and follow the prompts, or apply online at momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh. Now, you will receive a reference number which you can use to track your application. So don't get caught waiting. Enjoy secure transactions and convenient transactions for your business with MTN Momo today. Note that the application is free. Do not pay money to anyone for a merchant payment solution. Report any fraudulent charges using the Momo app available on Play Store or on App Store. Now, take the shoemaker. I know you have a shoemaker in that corner, or maybe someone who does a Momo, in that corner that you know of. Yeah, he doubles as a shop attendant at the corner store during the day doing the Momo business or the shoemaking business, but also plays football with the guys on the park in the evenings. And just like him, we are all more than one thing. That's why ABSA provides banking solutions for the many sides of you. Now, whatever your need for the different side of you is, ABSA has that product for you. They have the services also available for you, and these are all available. You can enjoy them. Join ABSA to get every kind of banking solution for every kind of you. Visit the nearest ABSA branch or absa.com.gh for more information. Now, you have a car, don't you? Listen, as a car owner, there's only one sound that is music to your ear that you would always love. It is the sound of a healthy engine, and that's why Shell Fuels with Dynaflex technology is designed to keep your car engine clean and protected for efficient running and a healthy engine that sounds music to your ears. From the timeless classics to the sleek new models, and from the heavy-duty trucks to the nimble compacts, one thing is for sure: every car loves Shell. If you're wondering why, it's because whether you are cruising on the open road or battling with the busy city streets, Shell Fuels will keep your engine running smoothly. So visit your favorite Shell station today and get Shell Fuels, because every car loves Shell Fuels for better journeys. Once again, don't forget it. If somebody asks why Shell Fuels, the answer is simple: because every car loves Shell. Now, we want to say a big thank you to Societe Generale for being here in Ghana for 20 years. Now, Societe Generale, your secure and trusted partner, is celebrating 20 years in Ghana. Now, this significant milestone wouldn't have been possible without you, our loyal customer. So this anniversary is dedicated to you. It has been a journey of triumphs, successes, and innovative financial solutions crafted to give you, your family, and business the best outcome always. Now, our partnership with you has seen you and your families grow, your businesses and institutions succeed, and many dreams come true. Today, we are celebrating 20 years with you. Societe Generale Ghana, listen, the future is you. Let me now tell you about your generators. Listen, Anointed Electrical Engineering Services Limited is into the sales of ultra-silent generators from 5 kVA to 2,500 kVA, and they also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel engine generators. Now, we also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators and also do generator rentals. You can find them at Asokwa TAT Yard of the Mayanka Road. In Accra, their head office is at number 77 Anointed House of the Odoko Malam Road. Call them on 0243 480-334 or 0544-340-589, and you'll be glad you did. Listen, how do you store your water anyway? You're struggling, aren't you? So, what is your preferred color of tank? Well, Syntex has it. So if you want to buy a tank, you need to think Syntex. The color is not of a problem. What guarantee do you want? Well, Syntex has it. What kind of inner layer are you looking for? There's double, there's triple, there's quadruple. Listen, there are many layers as you want, and all of that Syntex has it too. So remember, no matter your water needs, Syntex has it. Syntex tank, are you strong, are you tough? They have over 300 agents nationwide, and to order a tank, you can simply call them on 0244 335 168. Visit Syntex on social media at Syntex Ghana, or you can shop online on www.syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, are you strong, are you tough? I don't know what you use to quench your thirst when you're feeling thirsty. Well, I go for Big O drinks. So wake up to a new taste of Big O Cola. Nothing comes close to Big O Cola, a drink of joy, both cold and sweet. Now, Big O drink is a range of soft drinks developed, bottled, and distributed in Ghana by Trillium Industrial Ghana. Big O Cola drink offers a great taste and superior value to consumers. For your parties, your weddings, your funerals, and for all the occasions, reach out for Big O drinks. Now, for the school children, listen, I bet you that is a drink of choice. So anytime you want a drink to quench your thirst, reach out for Big O Cola and feel the taste of nature. For bulk purchases, all you need to do is to call 03221-90877. Stock up this Christmas and you'll be glad you did. It's a quality product from Trillium Industries. Now, African World Airlines, your CIMG Domestic Airline of the Year and Hall of Famer for the 5th consecutive year, just launched their brand new mobile app. It's now super easy to book your flights, make payments, and check flight status all on your iOS or Android device. Thank you for choosing Africa World Airlines for all your travel needs. Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching the world. Now, shortly we'll be crossing over to Joy 99.7. Well, we're looking at the budget that will be presented to Parliament by the Finance Minister at 10 a.m. What are we to expect? What are your expectations? Well, stay tuned. This is Love in the Morning. And of course, the Super Morning Show is up next. Stay tuned.
Hey, Linda. Long time, oh.